Hi everybody. I'm sure you've noticed that I haven't put out a lot of videos in recent months here. I just want to put out content on this channel that's mainly positive, and I think I'm just repeating myself with some of my main beats over the last couple of months, I want to say, when I've made a content about World of Warships. I think a lot of it just stems from the game getting increasingly more and more greedy every year, it seems. And that's part of my annoyance right now with the game, is that they're getting more greedy by the year, and I wouldn't go wasting your money on the Black Friday event this year unless it's a ship that's for direct purchase only. When I make content about ships, I want it to be positive, and I figure that if I'm making content saying Wargaming is greedy, Wargaming is greedy, Wargaming is greedy, it just gets old after a while. So I'm kind of in a transitionary period right now in my life here. So it may be a while before I get some decent content out again. I've just been very stressed out. I've been trying to look at different places to live, I guess I want to say. Not giving too much away. The whole process has been somewhat stressful, but I've been hanging through and getting through it day by day. As for Warships content, we'll see if I can get another live stream or something out like that. But as for returning to a regular content production schedule, that'll just remain to be determined here. There's just so many channels that I've made, and I've had myself strapped for time a lot lately. It's hard to just keep going every week on these channels without needing some kind of a break, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Kind of just trying to give myself a little bit of a break, and then streaming when I can and trying to remain positive with my content I make. I don't want to force myself to ever make content for the channels, because that ain't right. It doesn't help my creative flow. I think what's going to help my creative flow better is just getting some time in ships, getting back used to it again, and then going from there. But I will say that I think that all the wargaming games in general are in a decline right now in server population for at least North America region. I find myself waiting more and more for matches, at least like a minute or two more when compared to last year. And all these server accounts getting merged into like one server is what I think the future holds for all the titles eventually. I'm predicting a slow decline, a slow die-off of all the titles eventually, unless they innovate and change. Because people don't have a lot of money right now, myself included. And there's a time when I could sit there and put tons of money into the game, and I could get value out of it. But now I just get diminishing returns because everything seems to want to be a random loot box sort of event or random chance event, as it seems to be the way for a lot of the premium ships released these days. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it go back down to maybe one or two events. It's always 3 or 4 events going on at once, trying to get you to spend money, trying to get stuff out of you. My advice to Wargaming would be return to your roots, make stuff actually free again, like you did when you first launched the game. Remember the Arpeggio Blue Steel ships that you gave away free within the first couple of months of launching the game? December of 2015, I want to say it was that event. This comes from one of your closed beta players, Wargaming. Honestly, you guys have got to get back on the horse, and you got to make more free content available for players that isn't locked behind battle passes, like actual free stuff. I mean, I can log into World of Tanks, and at least once a year I'm getting a free tank or something. You need to do the same. You got so many ships in that game, you could seriously do it. Like, honestly, Kitakami, that ship should not have been put behind the event that it was. That should have been a ship that was gifted free to all players that played the game for more than 5 years, because a lot of us put time into the game, and I think that would have made more sense than doing another resource grab event like you did. Now, I wasn't silly enough to waste all the money and all my resources to get Kitakami. I decided to go for the halfway point and get defense. I forget if I ever made a review on defense, but when I make my next warships video, I want to make it a positive video. I want to focus on the ships I already have, or ships that you can get for coal, honestly. As I know, with this current economy, I'm not going to be spending tons of money on getting new ships and all that. I'm going to wait till they become available for coal or for steel eventually, one way or the other. I'm very disappointed with how they're releasing Shinato and Archerfish behind steel. I really disagree with that, because again, here we have two ships that people wanted from the beginning of the game, and they're getting locked behind steel of all things. Kind of hard to get steel unless you're involved in clan wars or involved in a lot of stuff. I know that they're going to be giving some out for the holiday event. You don't need to remind me. So I'll be trying to grind that up and trying to get steel as much as I can. My goal is to at least get Shinato eventually, but obviously it's not going to happen during the steel wheel event. It's probably going to happen months afterwards. But I'm still making content. It's just not always here. It's sometimes on the other channels. And believe me, if I had more time on my hands, we'd be doing live streams every night like we used to. And I'm going to try to get myself into a new routine once I'm settled again, once I'm done with this transitionary period where we're getting at least one live stream a weekend. I'm getting something more regular in, because I know there's been a gap in World of Warships content from Notzer not posting too much anymore, from others not posting as much, but I do want to say in this last segment, Sea Lord Mount Bun, I know I made criticisms in the past on you, but I know that you see as well as I do that the premium ships are overpriced. And I respect you and your community, and I hope that you continue to make great, awesome content. I guess I just had criticism in the past about you getting all the ships, but just to clarify, I know you're not a community contributor, and I see your community as a strong and positive influence on the community. Hope it continues to be. Thanks for staying in there and making content on the ships when everything's been going sky high in the prices. And thank you to your Patreons as well for allowing you to do that. As for the future of this channel and all that, we're going to try to get live stream going, try to get some ship reviews out once I actually have time to make some that are of decent quality. Because I want to put out good content that people actually come back and watch over and over again. So we'll see what the future holds. I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm not going to commit to anything as of yet, except maybe live streaming here once I have more time on my hands. But yeah, I'm still around, just kind of dealing with a lot right now. But eventually, hopefully, we'll get back into a regular string of things where I'm making content. Won't say it'll be weekly releases, but maybe every 2 weeks or something like that. We'll see. Thank you all for your support. I know I've been kind of on and off this whole year. I want to change that when we get toward the end of this year and towards 2025. So thanks for your support. Appreciate all of you. Have a good rest of your holiday season. Happy late Halloween and happy early Thanksgiving. And happy early Christmas. I'll be posting another video sometime in the future when I can find a decent ship to review that I have a positive opinion of. Because I'm just tired of talking about the negativity in this game. I'm going to focus on a ship I really enjoy and put out a review on that. Anyway, have a good rest of your evening. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to the Atlanta Killer Show and MDVMRL.